Welcome back everyone to Let's Play Egypt Old Kingdom, episode number 7. In the last one we had this big event. This is actually an event I did not pass in my first and only other run on this game. And we're really getting to the limit. I think that's about as far as I got. So, uncharted territory from here. Although I have to say it looks like we're in a much better situation to actually unify or resist being unified. Anyway, somebody explained this Lower Egypt, Upper Egypt thing to me. It was really helpful, so I appreciate that. Basically, as they explained it, and I'll use the same analogy because it makes sense, lower and upper is not north-south directional, it's direction of the river. So as the river flows from south to north, the Nile, the same is actually true in Canada, where I guess that's where he knew this terminology from. So Upper Egypt is actually over here. If you want a different way of thinking about it, I think the actual elevation is higher over here, and then lower, obviously, at basically down to sea level over there. So a couple ways you can think about it, and that is Lower Egypt in the north. So we are Lower Egypt, and when we see Lower Egypt, that's us up here, and Upper Egypt is down here. So some terminology that I'll have to become familiar with, and you guys with me. Okay, excuse me, move that. So we have this unification thing. I can't really do much more this turn. We have hammers and we have luxury goods, which are going to be the key. Now, 3% means it'll apply better against the enemy right now. Are we even? Well, it looks like we'll get one of these per turn. I don't even remember how many times we clicked it in the past to get it from, like, what was it, 2.2 or so, 2.4? I don't remember. I think we only started at like 1, and so we haven't really done anything to ourselves. But that does not look promising. Actually, 115, 270, let's remember that. So what do we want to do right now? We want to focus on... Whoa, this guy must have just finished, like, doing something besides what he's doing right now, because I don't think I'd have somebody on an 0.8.2. So let's see. Oh, we had this Osiris thing. I already clicked that away. Yeah, and it would tell us if we had any of this stuff available. So what is this Fertile Glade? +8 in 3 turns? Frankly, we don't need it. Frankly, we really don't need it. We are at our max worker count for now. That's something we'll change by building another house or something, but even aside from that, it doesn't help with our current quest. So let's look for a different place for this guy to go. Some place which hopefully involves... See, even this, 1.1 and 0.2 would be better, despite the fact that it doesn't help us with hammers or with luxury goods. Let's look for anything with more than 0.2 hammers. Okay, maybe 0.2 hammers is just what we're limited to. That's surprising. We could go with favor and actually get the hammers from favor, because remember our cults. We can just always select this one now. I mean, rotate between Osiris and this one at least. So at 20 favor we get +0.5 and +0.3 indefinitely, which is pretty good. He's looking for the abandoned settlement stuff. Okay. Yeah, I'm just really surprised that the best we're going to be able to do here is 0.2. Now it still makes more sense for us to... Well, I mean, actually, we could do this instead. 0.2 or worship. I don't know. 0.5 in favor seems better than 0.2 in hammers. That's my take on it. It's a toss-up. I can't really say strongly one's better than the other. I think realistically that's not the situation. They're about equal. Good. So, I mean, this will be great for hammers, but we need the hyenas tamed first. Same thing here. I mean, we do have this 2 food tile that we're not working. We can always change food into hammers at the cost of favor. That's actually probably the best play here, is to remember that food equals hammers. But favor is also needed for that. I think we'll do it here. It will reduce our spoilage, but our spoilage is only negative 0.5. Man, you can just get caught in the spider web of analysis here and not do anything at all. Okay, let's first, how much is it? It takes 19, so the hammers, that's right, goes up. So therefore, it's actually better to only use luxury goods for this, because the number of hammers, I mean, we're barely going to make it. So let's just end the turn here. I don't see much point. We wouldn't get to a number which would mean something different. It would just mean more spoilage for the hammers, in theory. Hammer send his troops to cause us as much destruction as possible to cripple us. In case of defeat, target area and all nearby areas will be ruined. Wow. Enemy attacks with a strength of 78. That should be doable. 78. We should defeat that. I think that looks good for us. Now, we do have this Colts. Exactly what I said we'll do is what we will do. We'll take the extra 0.5 and 0.3. So we should be able to defeat that. Let's see if we can do anything else. Well, we can get another luxury good. And we should keep doing that as well. So let's see, 1.5, 1.4. It's pretty close. At least we have that much going for us. And we still have 9 more turns. Yeah, this should be a victory, but we really got to push it because defeat, it has just terrible consequences. Okay. I see. I think I see what we should be doing. We should probably be using this area with a pasture so we can get the extra hammers. Yeah, and we'll get a little bit of extra hammers out of it. Okay, so that's what we'll need to do, but everyone's off doing their favorite thing. Lots of favor going. Well, I think it might be worth it this time to transfer the food. Let's do it. Oh man, we're so close on favor to actually getting the the next one. 20.5 would be the cost. Let's do it. And now we can just kind of slow down the amount of spoilage we're going to take. So it's going to take 22 hammers. We're up to 1.3 at least. It's probably rounded. Maybe it's like 1280, something like that. Who knows? Okay, so that's good. Yeah, I think we have nothing else to do this turn. We do need to start building another house somewhere. I mean, maybe this abandoned settlement is a sign that the house should go here. Unfortunately, the acacia trees will be destroyed once we do that, but at least we're going to get some kind of stuff, hopefully luxury goods, from this expedition. Yeah. We got culture from it, which is surprising that you can find culture, but I'm not disappointed by it. Okay, so we have this -1, which means that ancestral duty is -9, and it'll become -10 soon. Fine. Okay, this is improved, but it's still not to the point we need it. Blooming ends, so no more growth. Actually, frankly, we don't need it. It's the least important thing right now. Egyptians began working with hard stone very early in their history. They, I think, made it into ceremonial utensils, stelae, and statues. So that I guess this is things for writing, like stylus. I'm guessing. I don't know. Maybe it's something else. Maybe this is a weapon. The earliest major examples of Egyptian stoneworking include 3 magnificent 4-meter-high statues of the god Min from the town of Coptos. Min was worshipped as a crater god and a lord of the eastern desert. Coptos Colossi. Interesting. 4 meters is enormous. I mean, twice what a human is. So, and that's, I mean, even taller than that, but just to give you an idea, 2 meters, that's probably around 14, 15 feet. 14 feet maybe? No, maybe 13. Anyways, it's quite tall. Okay, so nobody is Oh, we do have one technology available to us. Let's see what that is. +1 hammer per turn. Is there something that it would be better to wait for? +1 hammer per turn unlocks ability to capture slaves after battle. Actually, this is perfect, because we're about to go into a battle, and we want to capture... Ah, we cannot capture slaves. We don't have a home. Okay, I have a plan. A plan is formulating here. We have this guy who is doesn't need... Well, actually, this might be exactly where he works. I think we'll build another house now. Because we have enough tiles to work that... Okay, so it's minus 0.1 from every worker. How long will it take to build a house? 2 turns. Not bad. So we'll fight next turn, and then we'll probably just face 1 turn of decay or whatever. I think we're going to do this, but let's hold off because once it's final, we've already invested the resources. Let's first do the bribery. Okay, we can do it twice. Okay. Probably this is enough that we can win, but to be confident, we should go a little bit more. However, the hammer, we are actually going to need the hammers. I think we're ahead of the curve. Let's not worry too much about it. Let's start playing the game more for the long term and like not sacrificing little things to get enough hammers and all that for this quest. I think with the amount of time remaining, we'll be okay. And the good news is, because we're doing so well with because we're doing so well with our military as well, I don't foresee any problem with these little incursions. So yeah, slavery. In pre-dynastic Egypt, prisoners of war were typically slaughtered due to insufficient food supply. Okay, good to know. But with more food production, prisoners were kept for work. They were called the living dead. Slaves soon became Egyptians and performed corvier labor. Don't know what this is. Just like the rest of the laboring classes. Interesting. That might not even be how you pronounce it. Take every word that I say as not necessarily its true pronunciation, which I'm sure most of you would do anyway. Okay, so let's build the house. I don't know, the funny thing about trying to figure out where to put the house is a few of these locations end up being like, we want the temple there, or we want the palace here. You know, I don't know. So I just don't want to build on one of the wrong spots. Okay, let's build it here. I think this is like, it's so far away that nobody would care about it here, right? Yeah. Okay, so let's build another house. Oh, we can also do the cult, which will be Osiris this time. I mean, yeah, this is exactly the case where I could do this again just to give us more luxury goods, etc. for all that, but I don't think it's worth it because, again, we should be thinking about long term. And in fact, we're still way positive on hammers, so in order to reduce the spoilage, which is at 1.2, we'll go ahead and fortify. And our food count is getting pretty high, but well, there's nothing. Well, we can actually do another one. Okay, so in that case, maybe we should be starting to rotate back over to Seeker, just to make sure our favor. Now, people were wondering why I'm emphasizing favor so much. I hope that it at least makes sense that the more you get favor, the more you're able to use these. So if I wasn't using Seeker at all, I would have such a low income that I wouldn't be able to use these very much. If we take like an opposite extreme, if I did Seeker, if I had way more income and I was using Seeker all the time, my income would then spiral out of control even more. And then I'd be able to do these like constantly. So that's the mentality with spending favor right now. So exactly that said, we also have to combat this ancestral duty, which keeps going up. Now, we're kind of combating it by the fact that we have a lot of these favor things going on. We're trying to pasteurize all these animals. I was told that is a good idea, so hopefully BLXZ, if you're watching, thank you. I hope that was the right advice. So I would love to see what these hippopotamuses are when they're fully, like ours, domesticated. Okay, so let's cross our fingers that this battle goes well. We're going to have a pretty sizable advantage, almost 2-to-1, so it shouldn't be a problem. However, the best laid plans of mice and men, right? Let's find out. Okay, that looks pretty good. So I never understood why you wouldn't want to gamble. Okay, first of all, fight is just go fight. But gamble, it says use a stratagem to defeat the enemy. Doesn't strategy always seem like a good idea? Okay, so supply problems, their supply strength is minus 50%. And Horus aids our army, positive event chance is plus 50%. Well, let's just fight, I guess. Should be, wow, actually. Clash of Spears. I assumed it would kind of be a snowball thing. Pushing the enemy ranks. Great. And we definitely want to attack. There. So 21 casualties. We can exterminate. Development of Upper Egypt tribes. Minus 20%. That is our enemy. Development. What is development, though? Huh. Release. Relationship with nearby tribes. We don't care. Or this one-time population game, which is actually going to impact us pretty negatively, in, just in terms of all the... But we're going to do it. We're going to do that for sure. Warriors of Upper Egypt become slaves. Remnants of the Upper Egypt troops were enslaved. These new servants of Horus will serve us as common Egyptians. Soon they will be assimilated and will be no different from the others. And by soon they mean immediately. They're already... whatever. So... minus 14%, not nearly as bad as I thought. These two are the ones that, in my opinion, hurt the most, but I mean, we can get a lot of that back in the food and, well, yeah, and the other stuff. Huh. So anyways, we will be overpopulated only for one more turn anyway. Where do we... I think we build this pasture here. Seems like a good idea. Okay, we can also try to minimize the amount of spoilage by bribing more. And we're actually ahead there. So yeah, this is looking quite good. We can do Osiris again, and we'll end the turn. What the heck? Is this an earthquake? I assume this is an earthquake. It is. The gods are outraged and sent a catastrophic earthquake to Earth. It is a reminder to us so we won't forget to revere them. What the hell? Okay, Narmer sent his troops to cause us as much destruction as possible to cripple us in case of defeat, blah 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 blah. Military strength of 66. I once again imagine that's not going to be a problem. So you'll be rebuilding for 2 turns. You'll be, well, we don't have anybody there. We can get somebody new there. We might as well wait for the technology. Actually, this is debatable. It may be worth waiting for the technology, which is worker creation cost minus 10%. Oh, it's only minus 10% food. God, is that really worth it? I mean, we have a lot of food. We're probably losing more than that in spoilage anyway. So probably it's not worth it. I'm debating between Seeker and getting another bump. Like, maybe we do want another 1% technology. That's like the one I would really prefer, is just to plow down the technological field. But at the same time, what do you... That's only to get things like this anyway, so it really is a tough decision. Well, it also gives you other benefits, like being able to build more important things. So because it gives this kind of bonus in technologies anyway, but on top of that it gives other things, maybe we should be focusing on Thoth. Now, let's continue with Seeker for a bit longer though. Still not confident we've completely rebuilt. Okay, so 2 grain fields, which we don't really even care about, are destroyed. Okay, good. Let's go back and military threat. That's fine. We'll just go and bribe again. And bribe again. And if they're down to 1.0, that's probably... I mean, we can all do the math, right? At this point, it's actually less effective for me to use this than this, because plus 3% on a higher number is more than minus 3% on a lower number. Well, I mean, 3% of the higher or lower number, basically. Who cares if it's plus or minus? Okay, that's looking good. We're not getting very far this turn, I can tell. Well, we have the worker. I mean, we have the action unavailable. Oh, we don't have the... Wait, it was plus, right? Oh, it's the luxuries that we lack. Okay, that's fine. We'll wait one turn. And then I'll just get them to repair stuff first. Here we go, pasture, that's great. 1.2 and 0.8, that's pretty good. It's good for hammers at least. Our colts are ready. Let's get Osiris. Let's get this guy to rebuild this field. Repair first. And then he's probably not even destined to stay there. Okay, we built the pasture, it's great. And I haven't been using the map of Egypt too much. So if you put a settler or worker person in these, I guess that they just improve faster. You develop them more. So like their population here is 62. Assign workers for interaction. Yeah, probably, I mean, this is what we end up putting our workers after we're done here. So that's why we could use a few houses here, because we want more workers for the big map. Okay, we'll be fighting them next turn. It's going to be 142. What was it? 66? It's really not that much. By the way, is this impacting their... So it's down to 141 to 218. That difference is not... It's not as big. Now we're going to have to fight another battle. We're going to get another free settler for that, though, so that's nice. It's actually... frankly, it's a good thing. We want them to raid us. Ooh, taxation revenue. That's pretty bad. But that's a technology thing. So... Okay, let's keep going. Here's our big fight. Friendly panic chance plus 50%. Enemy strength. Okay, let's gamble on this one. See what happens with Clash of Spears. Because plus 100% versus plus 30%, that seems like a good thing to do. Oh, enemy commander was killed. This is over. Wow, 11 casualties. Oh, we can't do it again? Huh. Maybe the nearby tribes is important. I don't know if I care about this or not. Maybe if I end up taking over Upper Egypt, it's even a bad thing. I'm going to release, and let's see if it made... Okay, generosity of Horus, blah blah blah. This was at 70, it is still at 70. Well, phooey, that didn't work at all. I don't know what that is supposed to do, if not actually give you some relationship bonus. Okay, so that was a real bummer. I guess you can't like farm battles for workers. Maybe it's only every so often. Plus 1%, we fixed something. This is actually a great thing. Yeah, we definitely should be working this. This guy will fix that one after he's done with that. The house, probably still the best thing for that guy to work. Don't really need the food, I mean, yeah. And this is plus 15, minus 30 hammer. Oh, that's actually pretty good. Minus 3 favor is actually the biggest thing which would stop me from doing that, but my goodness, we can... 1.4, 1.1. So I think this 1.1 actually took into account the fact it seemed to drop on its own, which might have been the result of that battle, that they actually lost 60 whatever people, and that was part of their initial army. Of course, that makes sense. And if my number grows, maybe this 1.4 is also related to the size of my army, which, I mean, we barely took any casualties at all. So hopefully they'll send one last raid. They have time next turn, whatever. Next 4-year, I think it's 4-year jumps. Okay, so let's just keep going then. Drive on, drive on. Okay, now I've domesticated something. Yep, there it is again. So 58, and we're actually going to have higher attack ability. So anyway, let's domesticate. We have the food to do it. So this is plus 0.8. My goodness, now I see the reason why you do hyenas. They end up being a greater amount of favor. So some of the favor down here is 0.4, 0.5. But 0.5 is just because we're doing that. But where's another one that we have already domesticated? 0.4, yeah. So I've seen this 0.4 mostly, but it's 0.8 for hyenas. Which, gosh, I wish I had known that earlier. And it's great. So it's a huge source of income. It's more than even, I mean, we get these for free and another 0.3 favor on top of just the domestication process. Okay, now you repaired this, but we don't actually need you to work that. Let's get you over here to repair. One day we may need that much food. And we can bribe again, and again, and they're down to 1. And we can even bribe again. I don't see any reason why not. Let's continue with the big economy, building all the other stuff. In fact, from here, I think that's it for us in terms of investing in this. Like, the hammer situation can get out of control, so I don't mind using that one more time to build our troops up. But yeah, I don't see that being a problem. And now it's 150 to 188. Frankly, it looks like we can win this in almost any way possible. It's great to have your options, but we'll stick with the one, hopefully, which does the least amount of damage to us, which is not the fighting personal armies, but let's fight big armies. And maybe it's more interesting anyway. Oh, good. So, okay, military threat. Yeah, whatever. 2 turns. In case of defeat, losses minus 10% of that during 20 turns, then the trial will end in failure. But they have 1k and we have 1.4k. I mean, yeah, we're doing okay there, I would say. We can get more technology. We have a military threat here. And we should obliterate that. It's like 3 to 1 odds there. We're repairing. Could get another worker. We probably should then. We can start working on... that might be all the animals we ever want to use. I might get rid of one of these thickets and see what else we could do with that land. Am I missing any animals that we could domesticate? I thought that was an animal. No, it's just a pasture. Oh, you can be domesticated. Wait. Okay, that's great. I guess we have to build a pasture here then. Let's build a pasture. And you're doing fish. So you're already domesticated. I see. You're working on the antelopes. Okay, good. Okay, that makes sense. That's, well, we won't get to the bonus while we're working, so when we finish that, that'll be a really good situation. We're repairing. We'll be working that barracks forever, for the rest of eternity. Let's just quickly see what other we could do here. Temple. The palace would be nice. I don't know if it's... I thought it was an event. I thought there was a goal at some point to do that. Maybe it's after this unification of Egypt thing. So let's start saving some of our stuff. I mean, it's tempting, right? Okay, let's do one last thing of this. One last thing of that, because it's going to go spoiled anyway, right? I didn't even see what the effect of that one. It didn't have any effect. But these are more true numbers now. So maybe it was 1380 and 1200 before. Now it really should be closer to 1400 and 1000. I assume if it goes below 1000, they'll actually switch over from 1k to 3 digits, sub 1000 digits. So We domesticate this. We got the additional bonus. We needed to keep doing that blessing. It's only plus 2.1, but it'll keep going. You know, it keeps growing. So military threat next turn should have no problems with that. Maybe we get another settler out of it. Who knows? Let's find out. Forecast easy victory. So I don't think we'll panic, considering we had 3-to-1 odds on them. Let's still gamble. Wow. This is going very, very much in our favor. We took 5 casualties. Okay, that's great, but we still can't do anything, so I guess we exterminate. Obviously, it wasn't doing anything. So we took all the 3 options. And what did it do? I have no idea. Cyrus. So Cyrus's turn every other time. Now, you will probably be tasked to work something else. We're still getting 12 hammers. I don't know if it's worth getting this. It's 8%. Probably not. I don't think it is. This technology is plus 0.2 food for grain and plus 0.2 hammers for flax. Okay. Well, let's try clearing one of these thickets and see what that does. So it'll take 4 turns just to see what else we can build there. I think it'll just be the same. It'll be the floodplains. But let's just check. Do our due diligence. And I keep thinking that's an animal. We can actually get another settler now. Okay, you know what we can do is so first of all, yes, let's do that. And now what is it that you do? You can know more. Okay, that's fine. Improve relations. Strategic resources. You can search for resources. Send an expedition to survey local riches. Chance to find a new resource plus 20%. Every turn, chance to find a new resource plus 5%. That's a little confusing. Floodplain. So I don't really know what interactions we can have. We are investing a lot of effort to make this region flourish. Is that what I'm doing? Oh. So I'm not doing anything here because I guess this is me. This is probably the area I am in. Yeah, Memphis is supposed to be where I'm at, right? I mean, they are attacking here. I kind of assume it's where we are. So otherwise we can do plus 0.505. That's really not much. Otherwise, oh, -6 to improve relations. Goodness. There's an abandoned settlement here. Or strategic resources. Floodplain. Brave warriors. Huh. It's just plus 0.05 military. Otherwise, yeah, same stuff. Huh. Or we can start looking at other things, and I guess, do we conquer them? Do we, look at them and then we can conquer them? Because maybe what I want to do first is start improving the militaries of these regions. In fact, I don't want to improve the militaries of something unless I am really good friends with them. So let's do this because this is plus 0.1, I guess the best one to do, improve relations. Let's get those relations up to 80 at least. And then I'm willing to develop you more. Okay. So next turn we have the big fight. They are down to 986. That's great. Otherwise, attacking would almost be on even footing, but obviously a 50% increase is better than, and we could actually still bribe. Okay, well, I did it once. We didn't need to, but I did it once anyway. It looks like this is going to be just about even after spoilage is over. So, this is 0.2, yeah. So spoilage is actually taking us from positive to negative. We'll actually be positive at some point when we get low enough. Alright, so let's end the turn to do the big battle. And then we'll probably call this episode to a close. Here's the big one. Well, positive event minus 50%. I think we just fight this, because we should win. Fight. That number is decreasing a lot. That number is also decreasing a lot. It looks like it's 2-1. Yeah, I think we're going to win this easily. We're actually defending right now. Let's attack. That seemed to do a lot. I don't know why we were defending. Okay, let's enslave again. Seems to be... Wait, this is on the global map. You know what? I'd rather just do this. Okay, we did it. Bronze victory. I wonder why is it a bronze victory? The blind hostility of Horus and Armor was brought to an end. The rulers of Upper Egypt have realized that they should respect Lower Egypt. Trial completed successfully. Bronze victory. Finish the trial before turn 115 to gain a silver victory. 115. Oh my gosh. And an additional one-time bonus. Wow, plus 80. We could use that. So we got the plus 80 and upper relations plus 80. That's great. While Nunner did in fact win, relations between Upper and Lower Egypt were quite complicated at the time. Both sides came to an understanding of their being equal in power and importance. A dualistic view of the world order soon emerged. Great. So we took the slaves, because we can just do this, and develop them. Or this, which, again, I don't know what... Is this effectively idle? Or maybe we do want to search for resources. Let's try it, because I don't know what else to do. I have no idea. Oh, domesticated. Fantastic. Oh, and this is a really good one, too. So domesticate. We do have barely the food for it. You're domesticated. Now we want to build a clay, so flax. Flax fields. Fantastic. Okay, so the economy's bustling. Everything should be just getting better and better and better. We were really gearing towards the end game, towards the late game, I should say. And I think that's paying some dividends. I think that this +2 is it's pretty good, but actually we're doing okay on that. The favor growth might be more important first. Workshop's giving this much. That could have been really useful. Actually, this +16 every turn. Maybe I wait for that. I think I will. I think I will wait for this. Seems really good. We're pretty much at our limit of settlers anyways. I mean workers, so this is not as important. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this episode up here. After I grab more technology. So we'll wait. We'll get the technology tech, which boosts technology. Remember, that's actually even more important because we do get a percentage bonus from it. So the more technology we are getting, the more that bonus, the blessing, impacts us. So it's another thing to consider. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying the series. You know, these episodes will probably come out once to twice a week. Not quite as often as some of the other series. Well, I mean, basically I don't really have that much content that I release during a week anyway, and so you can expect this to be... I'm going to keep going though. I'll let you know when I'm deciding to wind up the series, so look forward. If you're trying to follow this series, you'll just have to... I was thinking it would be great if YouTube had a way to just follow a particular playlist, not necessarily... Maybe some people might not want to be subscribed to the channel, they just are looking for this content, so... I mean, I feel you on that account, if that's your situation, but that's probably the best way to just look for these videos to come out, so... again, thanks for watching, and until the next episode, take care.